Hey, I'm Richard Ashby, and welcome to Groove School. Today we're breaking down the groove to Lizzo's song About Damn Time. First of all, general things about the song: it's in the key of B flat minor and it's at a tempo of 109. It starts off with a 4-bar intro that leads us into an 8-bar verse, and we're going to call this the A section. Then after the A section we have an 8-bar pre-chorus, and we'll call that the B section. Now the chorus is a little different. Every section up until this point has been 8 bars, but the chorus is actually 12. And then the whole structure repeats a second time. So we have ABC, ABC. This is where things get a little weird. When we enter the bridge, there's a 4-bar beat break before the drums come back in. Now this is entirely new material, so we can call this a D section. It's not until the very last 4 bars that we get material that we're already familiar with in the form of the instrumental from the verses and the choruses. But I don't know if that's enough material for me to want to call that a repeated section or just call it a D section until the end of the song. So we end up having an ABC, ABC, DBC. That's simple enough, so why don't we start breaking down the instruments now. Let's start with the drums. It's a pretty simple disco 4 on the floor with the kick drums on every single beat, the snare and the claps on 2 and 4, and hi-hats on 8th notes, and a open hi-hat occasionally. There's also some shaker and tambourine to add rhythmic texture as well as accent the offbeats a little harder. Now let's talk a little bit about the harmonic instruments, the guitar and the piano. The guitar and the piano are strumming or stabbing on what is essentially a 2-chord vamp for the verses. These chords being B flat minor over E flat, and then A flat over B flat. In the entire verse, those chords are just kind of vamping back and forth along each other. Pretty simple stuff. Now in the pre-chorus, things get a little more interesting. We start off with a B major 7 that then moves to a B flat minor 7 and then resolves to an A flat minor 7. This repeats 3 times and then the whole structure resolves to a G flat major 7 at the end. Now for the choruses, we return to that B flat minor over E flat sound that we had back in the verses, but we hang on that for a lot longer this time. That then goes to a B flat minor up to an A flat and then an A flat over B flat so that we can have that 5-1 resolution back down to B flat over E flat. Well, there's only one element that we forgot. The bass. Why don't we add that in and hear how this whole thing sounds all together.